to Ask Truth Apologetics. I am here today to announce a new video series that I'm going to be making. It's going to be called Mithras, or the Messiah. It's going to be addressing a lot of the Jesus myths out there about where the idea for Christ came from, if there was any kind of borrowing from ancient pagan myths that created the story of Christ. I'm going to break it down into a couple of different videos to try to make sure that every single part of the topic is covered in full. I want to be able to, for myself and for you guys, to be able to explain fully if Jesus came from other myths, why people think that he may have, what arguments that there are for and against it. So the first video is going to be, who is Mithras? We're just going to figure out where Mithras came from, where the mythology and legends arose from, and then we're also going to know how. We're going to explore how we know that. For instance, is there any ancient writings talking about it? Do we learn things just from iconography? What do we know? How do we know who Mithras was? The next video we're going to do is kind of the same thing, but paralleling that with Jesus. Who is Jesus? How do we know, right? What information do we have about him? Is it iconography? Is it writing? Is it textual? And we'll kind of compare and contrast those things a little bit. Then we're going to do an overview of Mithras, so just the main critique of Mithras, or the main motif, so to speak, of Mithras. So kind of just get a big picture understanding of the story. And we're also going to do that with Jesus, just kind of a big overview, like what is the story of Jesus. We'll compare and contrast those two big motifs, as well as some specific details regarding both of them, just so that we can get a better understanding of what they look like, how they sound, and start to have kind of draw conclusions as to if they are related in any way, and how they are. So we're going to compare those key themes. And then in the next video, we'll talk a little bit about evidence of borrowing, and if there, of course, is any evidence of borrowing, and if so, who borrowed from whom. And I'm sure that in the comments section after each video, I'll receive some objections, and I'll be making more or less videos based on those objections. So I just wanted to let everybody know that's what's on the docket. And just give a real quick preview of what it's going to be looking like for us. And then we're just going to kind of move forward from there. So I hope everybody's been staying safe out there, and hope God continues to bless you and those who you love. Have a great one.